I care for my husband.
Your husband. And can you just tell me a bit about your caring role?
Yes, he was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, primary progressive, in 2008. He had to give up work in 2010. He was managing director of a company and it was too stressful, and he was starting to have difficulty with his mobility, and so it was agreed that he would take early retirement. And I continued working. I was lucky that my job actually moved into the village that we live in, so just by sheer coincidence, so I was literally 5 minutes from home. But 3 years ago I actually decided to give up work because he was starting to fall a lot, and his mobility had moved, so he was becoming wheelchair bound. He has left-sided disability, so he only has the use of one hand. So it was all the things at home that he couldn't cope with anymore. Even like making cups of tea was quite difficult for him and everything. So we were lucky enough that we had the wherewithal that I gave up work and became full-time carer. Although, having said I'm a full-time carer, I actually took over a part-time bookkeeping job that he had been doing at home when he gave up his directorship role. A friend of ours offered him some work at home, and she brings the paperwork to us and we just put it into the computer, so it's a bookkeeping job really. So having been a mobile farm secretary in a previous life, I then took that accounting role on, so I now do the bookwork in the downtimes when he's resting and things. I then go into our office at home and I do the bookwork. So I do that and I care for him.
It sounds like you're juggling quite a few things going on. Do you have like times for hobbies or socialising?
I do. I'm lucky that he's, although he's chair bound, I am able to leave him for 2 or 3 hours at a time. I have left him this morning while I've come here. Hence why I'm looking at the clock thinking he'll be getting hungry. So we have a really good tennis club in the village, and so every Wednesday morning I go and I play tennis with the women on Wednesdays, which is really good for my mental health as well as my physical health, because it's a laugh and I can hit a tennis ball rather than hitting my husband. And but that's led on to, so now I'm a member of the committee of the tennis club, so and it's led on to having a network of girlfriends and other, and also it has given Steve something else, because our children, when they were growing up, were county tennis players and played nationally. So once they'd left home, that side shrunk, but now it's growing again, and it gives Steve a chance to come and watch tennis that he loves anyway, because that's what he'd encourage the children to when they were small. So it's trying to keep his environment, the social life going as well. So yes, that's really my out. But we still manage to get to the theatre, and we try and go to music concerts, and we've got tickets for the Cambridge Folk Festival, which will be interesting. But we're again fortunate enough that we have a decent outdoor electric wheelchair, so we try and get to the beach as much as we can. We also invested what money we had that we were left in a holiday home that we have developed at Clare. It's a disabled friendly holiday let, so we use it, not often enough, but because it's been very popular, thankfully. So that's another income stream to try and keep us,
floating,
really. And it's another outlet for him, because we have to go there and do the changeovers. So I drive over to clean the holiday let, but he comes as well, and so it's a change of scenery.
How did you find out about Carers Matter Norfolk?
Through a girlfriend who's been doing it for some time, because she has a child who's disabled. Right. But I also found it online when I was looking. I think it was when I was looking into respite care. to try and give me time to go away somewhere with some girlfriends, and I think that's how I found it.
And finally, what would you say to some carers who not necessarily have reached out for that support and, you know, don't necessarily have that network? What would you say to them?
It's difficult. Try and find somebody who lives near you. That you'll be surprised how many other people are in your village or your road or your town who are doing the same thing as you, and actually it's just nice to chat over the garden fence. My next door neighbour, who I sadly couldn't come today, but has been struggling. Her husband has got Alzheimer's, but we've only just all really realised in the last few months, because he has gone downhill quite a lot. And I only noticed because I noticed changes in the pattern of when the curtains were opened in the house and things like that. So I started to talk to her over the garden fence, and you know, I think that helps her, just having somebody to talk to, really.